Imagine investing just $500 every month into one ETF and doing it consistently for 10, 20, or even 30 years. At first, it might not look impressive. You invest $500, then another $500, then another. But here's where things get interesting. If dividends are reinvested and the investment compounds over decades, that simple $500 monthly habit could potentially grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. And there's an important twist. The biggest advantage may not be the dividend itself. It may be what happens when time, dividend growth, and compounding work together. Today, we're going to break down exactly what could happen if you invest $500 a month in SCHD, what the numbers could look like over 10, 20, and 30 years, the impact of SCHD's expense ratio, and why the strategy could work, or fail. And if you enjoy practical ETF investing breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe to Financial Literacy Lab, because we're focused on turning complicated investing concepts into simple, actionable ideas. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice or a recommendation to buy or sell any investment. So, what exactly are you buying? SCHD is the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. Its strategy focuses on U.S. companies with characteristics associated with dividend quality, financial strength, and sustainable dividend payments. But SCHD isn't simply a basket of the companies paying the highest dividends. That's an important distinction. A very high dividend yield doesn't automatically mean a great investment. Sometimes, a company has a high yield because its stock price has fallen dramatically. And if the company's fundamentals deteriorate, that dividend could eventually be reduced. SCHD attempts to approach dividend investing through a rules-based strategy that emphasizes quality and dividend characteristics. And one of its biggest attractions is its very low expense ratio. SCHD's expense ratio has historically been around 0.06%, meaning that for every $10,000 invested, the annual fund expenses would be approximately $6, before considering investment performance. That sounds tiny, and it is. But here's something many investors overlook. Even a small expense ratio matters when your portfolio grows to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The good news is that SCHD's low cost keeps this drag relatively small. Now let's talk about the $500. Suppose you invest $500 every month. That's $6,000 per year. Over 10 years, you would personally contribute $60,000. Over 20 years, $120,000. And over 30 years, $180,000. Now, here's where investing becomes interesting. You don't necessarily end up with $180,000 after 30 years. Because your money can potentially earn returns, generate dividends, and those dividends can themselves generate additional returns. That's compounding. Let's use a hypothetical 8% average annual total return for illustration. This is not a prediction of SCHD's future performance. It's simply a mathematical example. At 8% annual growth, investing $500 every month could grow to approximately $91,000 after 10 years. After 20 years, roughly $295,000. And after 30 years, $745,000. Think about that for a moment. You contributed $180,000 over 3 decades. The hypothetical ending value is around $745,000. The difference, roughly $565,000, comes from investment growth and compounding. That's the part that can completely change how you look at monthly investing. But here's the part about SCHD that gets interesting. SCHD isn't just about accumulating a portfolio value. It's also designed around dividends. Let's imagine your portfolio eventually reaches $745,000. If the portfolio were generating a hypothetical 3.5% dividend yield, that would represent approximately $26,000 per year in dividends. That's more than $2,000 per month. But, and this is extremely important, that example does not mean SCHD will necessarily produce a 3.5% yield when your portfolio reaches that size. The market price, dividend payments, and yield can all change. And that's why you shouldn't think about SCHD simply as, buy this ETF and collect a certain amount of money. Instead, think about it as a potential long-term compounding machine where dividends are one component of the total return. Reinvesting the dividends changes everything. Here's one of the most important decisions you can make. What do you do with the dividends? If you're still building wealth, reinvesting them can potentially accelerate compounding. Suppose SCHD pays you dividends. Instead of spending them, you use those dividends to buy more shares. Those additional shares can then potentially produce more dividends. Those dividends buy more shares. And the cycle continues. It's basically, dividends more shares more dividends even more shares. This is why a long investment horizon can be so powerful. And here's a practical strategy. You could set up an automatic $500 monthly contribution and automatically reinvest dividends. That removes one of the biggest problems investors face, human behavior. You don't have to decide every month whether you feel confident. You don't have to wait for the perfect market. You simply follow the plan. If you're finding this useful, hit the like button. It helps this channel reach more investors who are trying to build wealth through long-term investing. But what if the market crashes? Now let's address the uncomfortable part. SCHD can go down. A lot. Even though it focuses on established dividend-paying companies, it is still an equity ETF. During a major market decline, your portfolio could lose significant value. Imagine you've invested for 5 years and your account has grown to $50,000. Then the market drops 30%. Suddenly, you're looking at something closer to $35,000. That can be emotionally difficult. But if you're investing $500 every month, a market decline also means your new contributions are purchasing shares at lower prices. This is where disciplined investors have a potential advantage. You're not necessarily trying to predict the bottom. You're continuing to buy. However, this strategy only works if your financial situation allows you to keep investing during downturns. If you need the money in the short term, putting everything into a stock ETF may not be appropriate. What happens after 30 years? This is where the strategy becomes really interesting. Imagine you're 30 years old and begin investing $500 every month. You reach 40. Then 50. Then 60. The contribution doesn't change. But your portfolio potentially becomes much larger. And here's the lesson: the first $100,000 can feel incredibly difficult. The next $100,000 may happen faster. Why? Because eventually, your portfolio itself becomes a major contributor to your growth. At the beginning, you're doing most of the work. Later, your money starts doing more of the work. That's why consistency can be more important than trying to find the perfect ETF. But there's a major risk you shouldn't ignore: SCHD could underperform other investments. That's the uncomfortable truth. There could be periods when growth-focused ETFs outperform SCHD substantially. For example, if technology and growth stocks are dominating the market, a dividend-focused strategy could lag behind. And the opposite can also happen. During periods when investors favor profitable, established companies, dividend strategies may look much stronger. So don't buy SCHD because you expect it to win every year. Buy an investment because it fits your time horizon, risk tolerance, and overall strategy. And remember something else: past performance doesn't guarantee future results. SCHD's future returns could be significantly different from its historical returns. The $500 strategy I would focus on if someone wanted to build a long-term SCHD position using $500 per month. I wouldn't obsess over whether SCHD is up or down this week. I'd focus on 3 things. Number 1, consistency. Invest the $500 according to a schedule. Number 2, reinvestment. If you're in the accumulation phase, consider whether reinvesting dividends makes sense for your goals. Number 3, time. Don't judge a 30-year strategy based on what happens in 6 months. Your biggest advantage isn't necessarily predicting the market. It's giving compounding enough time to work. And there's one more thing I would consider. Instead of automatically putting every dollar into one ETF forever, periodically review whether your portfolio is diversified enough for your personal situation. SCHD can be a powerful piece of a portfolio, but one ETF doesn't automatically equal complete diversification. The bottom line. So, what happens if you invest $500 a month in SCHD? You contribute $6,000 a year. Over 10 years, you contribute $60,000. Over 20 years, $120,000. And over 30 years, $180,000. Under a hypothetical 8% average annual return, the portfolio could potentially grow to around $745,000 after 30 years. But the real lesson isn't the $745,000 number. The real lesson is that time can become more powerful than the amount you start with. You don't need to begin with $100,000. you don't necessarily need to find the next hot stock. You can start with a repeatable habit, keep contributing, reinvest when appropriate, control costs, and give the strategy decades to potentially compound. Of course, an 8% return is only an illustration. Real returns will fluctuate, dividends can change, and SCHD could perform much better or much worse. So, if you could invest $500 every month for the next 30 years, would you put all of it into SCHD, or would you combine SCHD with other ETFs? Let me know your strategy in the comments. And if this video helped you understand the power of monthly investing, like this video, share it with someone who is trying to build long-term wealth, and subscribe to Financial Literacy Lab for more ETF and investing breakdowns. Because sometimes, the most powerful investment strategy isn't the most complicated one. It's the one you can actually stick with. See you in the next video.